and welcome to Random Sunday. And today I shall try to play and record the Banner Saga. Why I say I'll try to record this game? Well, I've tried twice before. Not on this new computer though, but I have tried on the older one. And both times I had audio sync issues. But with this new improved computer, that should be a thing of the past. So, quickly before we start, I show the herald I picked because... oh, well, thank you for changing my herald for some reason. Well, third. It's in the third. I know. I just checked. It has to be this. Crow with an eye. It's a reference, I assume it's a reference to Norse mythology, the crows on Odin's shoulder, Hugin and Munin, see and hear, which would come to the earth, and then in the evening they would come back to Valhalla, well, not Valhalla, to... goddamn, what's the place called where they live? Anyway, they would come back to Odin and tell what happened on the 9 realms. I don't know, I just like that. But let's start. The story in Banner Saga changes based on the choices you make. You will occasionally switch between lead characters, witnessing the story unfold from different perspectives. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survive through the Nucius alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped: the sun.
Að sjá dreggjan á ferli neðanbor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
So yeah, during the cutscenes, I will try to be quiet. And I should turn on the subtitles. You've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at the tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag around the screen to see your surroundings. Click the check mark to continue. lot of people with no faces. Slenderman! The portraits show the order initiative, taking turns from left to right. Your allies are blue, the enemy is red. It's your turn to act. Movement happens before action. This ring shows you Shieldbanger is active. The blue tiles around him show where you can move. Some characters fill more tiles than the others. The horned allies are a race of giants called Varl, who take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill only a single tile. This can have a huge impact on your strategy. Click the tile you want to move to, then click the check mark to confirm. Move your Shieldbanger here to get into the attack range. To target an enemy, click the tile on which they stand. Allied tiles are blue, the enemies are red. Target this enemy now by clicking his tile. Target this enemy now by clicking his tile. You can choose either attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The numbers beneath the icon, 2 and 5, show the damage you will do to that stat. Strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you can open them up to take even more damage in the future. This enemy has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Click the fist now to attack his strength, then confirm your choice. He's down. Each time you make kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your character. After taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your Shieldbanger's high armor. Now, it is your Warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range of these enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. By clicking on gold tiles, a character can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per golden tile. Red pulsing tiles beneath your enemy show how close you'll have to get to be in range. Move your Warhawk into attack range now. By clicking on gold tiles, okay, so I'm using 2 willpower of 8. Standard attacks affect only single enemy, but your Warhawk has a special ability that gives him unique advantage. Click your Warhawk's tile to access his abilities. Clicking your character tile will bring up all of his combat options, including move, ability, attack, and end turn. Click the purple ability icon. The ability description appears in the top tooltips below. The Warhawk's Tempest allows him to slam multiple enemies at once. Select an enemy, then confirm your choice. That made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there is only 1 enemy left, players enter village mode. During village, each character moves in order, and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. Your allies now get to move twice in a row. If a character does not move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. Chieftain will rest his turn. Looks like the chief is in some trouble. Your shieldbanger won't be able to finish the job with the normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Click the chieftain style to attack. Click the fist, and then the stats above the fist add willpower. The number of stars available each turn are determined by your exertion stat. So 1. You'll see the damage number go up as you add willpower. Click a star and then green check mark to kill the enemy. Victory, the foe's lying dead. I couldn't read that. Damn.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the threats arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more threats to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his lust. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I'm in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Chapter 1. Only the sun has stopped. You are approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eric, steward of Strand. I managed the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. What did you have in mind? Scoffing that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall, scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the dogs. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Click the market tent to visit the merchant, but first, I think that's captions. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Skulfling chieftain bled out about an hour ago. So when you tell me what red anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try to kill you this time. They don't talk to me. I'll say nothing. Eric turns Eric overturns his flimsy table, scattering Had's assortment of junk across the ground. Gods, Eric! Laying on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the scofflings? Nobleman, up by the east wall. But that was months ago. Last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering his things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over. You figure. Your bodyguard stepped forward. Gunnulf, are we done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? Should we tease him a little bit? Just say no reason, or... I don't know. Just say that they look good. No reason. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. Eric, that man of yours seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust hard, but he used to be scoffing. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to an old haunts, not a new ones. Nobleman is a mead hall? Best, I can tell. The name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these cows into the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? What a luxury! Come on, you've already mopped up the worst today. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. You arrive in front of what must be a nobleman. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point him out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? Let's get it over with. That's the spirit, says Valgard. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed drunken scofflings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and meat stains into the process. Click a unit to deploy them into any blue tiles. When all units are satisfactorily deployed, click the ready button to start the battle. I think there's no... So I'm just going to set 2 and 2 together. Okay. Ready. Let's take this guy a little bit closer. Ready. Battle. Look at them! It's gonna be a butchery! Okay. And I should have moved better, to be honest. So, I will... Look where these guys... And turn. I have to keep in mind that I need to be facing towards them as they get closer. Rally kills 2 willpower. Okay. End turn. This guy moved already. This guy hasn't moved. So we're just going to move here. And let's attack his. Health or armor? Let's go for the health. And we might as well use willpower since we have 7 out of 5. Just kill him outright. Go in. Plus 3 damage, okay. They should kill him. Yeah, good. Plus 1 renown for that. Oh, getting next to each other gives you shield wall. Okay, good to know. But attack and kill. Oh. Hey! Stop slicing and dicing. Here, takes 1 willpower. Kill. This, we do 4, 3. Oh, they're all ganging up on my warhawk. That's not a good thing. I shall attack this guy's back. No. Ah, shit. Well, we've done this decision now. So we must hit him in the back, killing him. You have 2 willpower. Yep, run there. Hacking in the back. My warhawk is taking a beating, which is not good. I'm not that good in this game yet, so I'm trying. Use 1 to kill him. We're taking a hell of a beating. Let's just hit everyone. Here. Killing the guy. Deflected. And to the back. Okay, that didn't go great, but I think that was sufficient. Continue. There they are. God be damned. I've got to wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's window onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold red and blues. One banner I know well, Wagner. Oh, sorry. One banner I know well, Wagner. Next of Varl kingship last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Ugh, things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything is fine here when the royal guests arrive. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the great hall before they come by. Can I ask you one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guest down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Walgard hustle from the mead house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. Wagner! A familiar Varl steps onto the dock. In your mind, you recall a much younger version trampling the halls of Grofheim, abandoned in purpose. Gods, Uben, you're looking ancient. Comes with the being old. And if there is Wagner, there must be Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yokes. At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jorund demands it. I'll take that over lynching to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Aberrang, in fact. And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ship in the bay, sail still fluttering. Golden wolf head emblazoned on red, the king of men, or someone in his behalf. The king's whelp? The king's son Luden. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim. I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Mogr? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize few, others are strangers to you. Yes, I'm off to find Mogr. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Luden looks for all of the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs off from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think? Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagner's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Should we get sleep, talk to the prince, or... Let's talk with Hakon. Scrivener! You find Hakon in a mead house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for the flagon. Wagner, the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed this massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha! Humans. I guess if I only lived as long as you... I can't read. Long as Yawks fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon let slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through Dredge at Wagner's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here, I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the mead house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Let's talk to the prince then. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes, you're with Wagner. I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Wagner a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman does not react. Why? I've worked for the king, carrying tides to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? Let's go with the third option. I have a habit of recording history. I thought we might talk about your visit. A Varl historian? Ah! Don't you already know? Your king and mine both have been practically trumpeting it throughout the cities. I've been on a road for a while, I'm afraid. Ludin takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious you are uncertain. Maybe both. A formality, mostly. Wagner came to our capital in Aberang, and now we go to the Varl's capital in Grofheim, to cement this grand alliance for the next age of men and Varl. You sound unconvinced. There's no need for it, and it's damned cold up here. You get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. Okay. Only place we can go is Great Hall. At dawn, you're awoken by delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with the sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there, just as promised. To your mild surprise, you wonder if Eric had anything to do with that. Your guards take the treasure wagon down the gates. Wagner is already there. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Mogr steps forward, Wagner's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you are ready to depart. We are ready. You follow Mogr and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not to hear. Perhaps the governors expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of sorts. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand well as whole, you think? Oh, we're moving. Days of supplies. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Mogr, cracking open mead cask, from our gracious friend, the governor of Strand. Hours pass with What the heck is that word? I've seen it once, but I didn't remember. Raucous laughter as the mead is passed throughout the camp. Drink a little, drink a lot, talks to Wagner. We're old. Let's just drink a little. You go easy. You've nothing against a good drink, but if anyone is going to keep an eye out on things, it may as well be you. The revelers eventually fall asleep without incident. You rise groggily, the campsite a casualty of merriment. Mogr is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Ludin stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nudge to Wagner. You're needed. Ah, it's Ludin. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grofheim? Ha! We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come, I'll show you on a map. World map. Track the map to look around. A portrait icon shows where your caravan is in the world. You can also tap any location to get some history about it. When you're done with the map, tap the X at the bottom of the screen. Well, there's a lot of things. So wow, there's a really way. Let's see some interesting place. Towards we are walking. Well, we're probably, since we're on our way to Grofheim, well, we're probably going to take this route. Let's check Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, a curious formation of peaks straddled on 2 sides by natural passes. The singular snow-capped summit between them stands lonely and alone. Schlitt, one of the forts built by the Varl in relentless push to hold back the dredge. While that road would eventually be replaced by Stonehorn to the north, Schlitt stood for a long time as one of the few strongholds keeping the dredge at bay. We head north. then east past the forts. Grofheim's far from Strand, going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Luden. Why not take the ship to Skrumistead? What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stands covered in ice all year. It would tear up the longships. Too bad, though. We could have shown you all the wonders of Skrumistead. I'm still trying to figure out how to pronounce that. Skrumistead. Skrumistead, yeah. Skrumistead. A half-shrunken city crawling with dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? Ludin exhales through the nose, a poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes, barking at his company in distance. Don't poke the anthill, Wagner. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. Ludin's got a shorter wick than Hakon. Thanks, Wagner. Let's get moving. Another half day to Venderfell if we're lucky. Camp. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel you can enter camp at any time by tapping the camp button on the travel HUD. While at camp or in towns, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in a hero's tent. You can pass time by using rest tent. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. A high morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies. Only rest when necessary. The training tent will allow you safely try out an edge character in mock battle. Tap leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to get back to the road. Click the hero's tent. Click an unit to view stats, promote ranks and learn about their abilities. Click on the ability button to learn about unit's abilities. Sundering Impact. The War Master hits even harder than an average warrior, with no chance to miss. He can wreak havoc with additional +1 strength and +1 break damage to the target, plus bonuses to heavy impact. Sundering Impact is best used when carefully positioned to impact as many enemies around the target as possible in single strike. Rank 1. +1 break to heavy impact. Rank 2. Strength +1 strength and +1 break to heavy impact. Rank 3. +1 strength and +2 break to heavy impact. Close. Oh, we can promote someone. Promotion! The greatest warrior on the battlefield are those who live past their first battles to start a journey down the path to the legend. Build higher stats. So increase your rank. Item rank. Yes. Two points available, and we want to increase your strength/health and shield, since you are basically a tank-ish character. Confirm. Okay, no one else. Okay, that's info. Where I must be blind. Oh, there. Okay, we rested for a day. Renowned 30, map, great morale, training. Let's see. Training tent. The training tent allows you to test your party against a team of clansmen of equal power. Training fights never injure your allies or grant renown, but they do let you test strategies in safety. The trainer will give hints about playing effectively and has something to say about each ability. Come here to test out new characters as they join you. Tap End Training to stop the battle at any time. Okay. Well, let's do a quick test. Battle! Okay, can't get there. He can get to me, so we need to move towards this guy. Since he has a bow. Enter. Luden. Okay. Let's move there. He's a spearman. Impale. Knock back one tile, target bleeds 1 strength per move on next turn. Okay. Okay. I couldn't see what he said about the impale, but move here, and I think just basic attack will. No. Bloody flail for attacks at 1 strength. Oh, it shows what he has. During the mug, hit them that hard. Okay. You just move forward and then. Move here, attack. You can't use will for some reason. Oh well. Hmm. 50% chance of hitting. 20% chance of hitting. So move here. The archers seem quite powerful in this game. I need to think about getting those. Warmaster. This guy's doing nothing, just I'm here. I'm helping. Bring the bane. Break damage to target. One. Okay, no. And turn. I've got better things to do with my time if you're not. So, fuck. Chip. And you're dead. Village. Okay. Okay, he has reach. Good to know. Okay, and you will have the honor of Shield Master. Okay. Okay, need to remember that. spear guy has a spear, so it's longer range. Good to know. But I think this will do for the video. I thank you all for watching this. If you enjoyed it, please consider sharing it with someone else who might also enjoy the video. But for now, I will bid you a good day, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.